Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're going to be cascading. We've got this Wicked deck here. This is a type of deck that has existed in Modern for a very long time, but after Modern Horizons 2 was released, went through a huge change. So, with Modern Horizons 2, we got access to this beauty here, Shardless Agent, and that is allowing us to play a Living End deck that's a little bit more focused on blue cards. Now, there's actually quite a few good blue cycling cards, and then we've also got the classic Street Wraith. And Grief has just been phenomenal in this deck, being able to hit the battlefield, take away whatever point of interaction the opponent has, allowing us to cascade once we know the coast is clear, and then we get the Grief back, and we get to take another card. So definitely a really strong synergy there. Yeah, so we're gonna put this into a league and give it a shot. Ended up opening one of these beautiful Shardless Agents not too long ago from a chest, so I knew at some point soon I was just gonna have to play this deck, and maybe Rhinos. We gotta get some use out of this Shardless Agent. This one looks good. Now that's interesting about the white ley line. I haven't seen any Living End decks play it, and I think that that's one of the reasons why a lot of decks have moved towards Soul Guide Lantern, is it just plays around that. But I have seen Leyline of Sanctity just be absolutely crushing in a lot of different matchups. Alright, so we need to find a land for the Violent Outburst, and we have Force of Negation up as well. But if opponent is playing Elves, that doesn't seem like a great matchup for them. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I think I have something else to look at as well. Hey, stream team. What's good? Imgur Undefined? Sorry, that was from the Terror. It's just like, what a weird link. Alright, Alright, so we can't Force of Negation that. Oh, they got 4 Endurance on the board? That's terrifying. Let's go get a red land. Steam Vents. We hit the land we were looking for. Oh, come on, really? We draw a Living End now? Alright, whatever. Kind of feel like this just wins the game. Rather than letting them untap and have shenanigans, let's just kind of end it now. Slowgurk the Overslime. Oh, okay. Back into the game. Void Mirror would be fine. Fine choice for them. Alright, so we just get all of our stuff. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to watch out for the Endurance. Well, they want to keep playing. With all their O1s. Swamp Walk. Gonna get in. 'Cause you got swamps. Can't block my creatures. So the 2 Street Wraiths get in guaranteed. Yeah. Alright, so what are we going to do against Endurance? I guess the Grief would be a way to get rid of it. Could also bring in Subtlety. I mean, like, if there's a matchup for Subtlety, it feels like this is it. Oh, no way, Seismic Assault? Oh, that's wild. Life from the Loam, Expressive Iteration, Unholy Heat. People are playing Seismic Assault again? I guess Ren and 6 makes Assault okay. What's this Overslime? Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on the slime, remove 3 counters, return it to its owner's hand. When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Wild. And then, of course, it's got the good cards of Darcy and Ragavan along with Tarmogoyf. That deck is crazy. Looks like a riot. I think I actually saw someone play that the other day on Spike's stream. It wasn't Spike, he was playing against it. Would like some lands. Sunken Ruins is not very good by itself. Oh, hey there, Chuck. Play this deck and not play Saga is absurd with Gwayfin Ren and 6, but then you also need to have an artifact toolbox, right? You need to have several artifacts. I guess it did have Bauble in there, so you've got a couple. Yeah, not sure what the idea behind not playing Saga is. It could be because you need so many colored sources, like for Seismic Assault, I'm not sure. Just watch Ant 4-1 with that. That's crazy, though. What a format. Pauper All-Star, Quirion Ranger. One of the cards that Modern Elves was missing. It has been given to them, but unfortunately it's still just Modern Elves. Another Outburst. Get your Slogurks now. Stonks. Wow. What's in their hand? Must be Endurance. Not the card I wanted to see. I need land plus blue card. I guess the Grief is okay, but I really need, like, blue card. I just get land. Okay, okay, so we can Grief, and if they Endurance in response to the Grief, we can Violent Outburst. They have double Endurance. Of course they have double Endurance. I guess we're waiting for a blue card. We got a lot of blue cards. Come on. Give me one. Not that. No. No. Why? This is the last hit we can take. All right, blue card off the top. Let's go. So we can Violent Outburst, we lose our whole graveyard, and they get 2 endurance. No kidding. Played Canister 25 to do a league, and he went 4-1 with it, only losing to Storm at 4-0. That's awesome. Like, we have to do this here because we're dead. So, this is the only line that it gives me another chance, but, like, realistically, we're still just dead. We're going to have to go to a game 3 here. Got Force Showcase Foil Schlurgux for only $3. Okay, and they don't shuffle the Living End back in. They're smart. And we'll draw a blue card now that it's too late. So frustrating. That Subtlety would have been really good. I mean, I did cycle away the last blue card. Figured, oh, you know, we'll find another blue card. We got a ton. Didn't happen. Just goes to show, don't count elves out. Not a huge fan of this one. 5 lands and 2 cyclers. This one's more interesting to me. I also like the grief. So I think we get rid of, like, maybe Striped Riverwinder. So that on the go turn we can grief. Goodbye, Team Anner. Thanks for popping by today. Well, that would have been why we grief early because of Necromentia. We even saw that they were playing it before. I was thinking like, oh, well, I gotta hold this for, I gotta hold this for endurance, for the go turn, right? No, it's already over. The Necromentia's taking my cards away. I'm not gonna be able to play through this. That's the plan now. And, like, against elves, it's not a very good one. I think that we're better off just moving on to the next match. Not a huge fan of this hand. We have no cyclers, living end in the hand. This seems a little bit better. Not a lot better. I guess we could have kept the living end as a card to discard to the grief. Oh wow, opponent's mulliganing to nothing. They have 3 cards left? That's a brutal mulligan. I don't even want to say good luck in the chat anymore. That just seems rude at this point. Hey there, Wolf. I guess we'll find out shortly. Well, unless it's Bluetron, probably not. I almost want to keep this, like, instead of cycling, I just hit him with grief. Huh. Okay. Shit. Chalice for 0. That seems pretty good against me. I guess we do have Brazen Borrower, so we do have an out. Alright, don't hit Force of Negation. Thinking we're probably just going to cast this 4-4 next turn. See if we can win with a 4-4 beats. Like, opponent is really low on resources. Although that Chalice is pretty damn good against us. Nice. Oh, they're going to ice my attack. No attacks. Alright, so they play another land. I'm going to cash in some of these Wakers here. See if we can find anything good. We can't. Do you have another ice for my Curator of Mysteries? Yeah, you do. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. We can almost cast the Riverwinder. Which I think would be pretty good, because once it resolves, you know, like it has hexproof. So what do we have for Misty left? We have Forest or Steam Vents. Another Riverwinder. Well, we don't have the mana to cast it, regardless. So let's see here. Go to combat. I guess we'll attack one of Jace, one of them. Nice. Dress down. Okay, so they're looking to draw a card with that. I was mostly hoping to cast these things, which was why I wasn't cycling. But we can cycle one of them. Oh yeah, Filter Land would be great, so we could actually cast this Grief. That would be ideal. There's a land. We have Lethal on board. They're going to scry too. Let's see how they scry. One card top. So they found something scary. Teferi. Might as well counter that. Because once that resolves, we're not countering anything else. Alright, so I'm going to attack them and then play this Riverwinder. Alright, so they're going to fetch in response. Looks like the last card might have been Archmage Charm. Nope, they fetch, get a tap land. Striped Riverwinder resolves. So they need the sweeper now. Because you can't target this. Ooh, that could be good. If they have the sweeper, they can tick up to fairy and then just sweep at instant speed. Alright, let's see what it's going to be. Attack everything at opponent. Okay, they do have the sweeper. Oh, they have Solitude. Okay, Solitude can block the Riverwinder, and because of the Teferi, we can't Petty Theft. They are really holding on here. I guess, like, we have Petty Theft, and then bring all this stuff back. But, again, like, that's also still weak to the exact same thing as, yeah, that's still weak to Sweeper. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I forget about how good Teferi is, to the point where we're not even allowed to cascade with it. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Well, that makes this a little bit easier. Oh, they're gonna scry here. Look for the sweeper. No, they don't have enough mana to do that. Okay, so they're thinking better of it. Like, they do have Hall of the Storm Giants to be able to block this. Wow. Nice. Get rid of Archmage Charm. Alright, so we attack in. They block Riverwinder, then we play Brazen Borrower. They're at 3. Oh, I like that. We have exactly enough mana to Petty Theft. Plus play the Brazen Borrower. We got a bunch of creatures down. The problem is, I guess, if they draw the sweeper again, but that's always been the problem. Okay, GG. One, oh yeah, because they just played this. Okay, so yeah, they only had 2 white sources. So yeah, wouldn't be able to sweep. Nice. They can live with fire. Scary. We get them down to 1 in that instance. How about Snapcaster Mage Fire? They just do not want to die. Oh, they're going to ice the Brazen Borrower to draw the extra card. The question is, do I attack with the Shardless Agent? Put them, like... Get rid of that Snapcaster so they can't have 2 creatures to block the Grief? They just won't quit. And this was a mulligan for them down to 4. Oh my god. Really? That's crazy! Absolute madness. Petty Theft Hall, non-land permanent. Yeah, that would be the play. Petty Theft or Snapcaster Mage. I fear not your spells. So they play Mystic Gate. I don't think they can activate both their lands. That's too much mana. So I think it's guaranteed. Wow. Chaja fought hard. That was crazy. And we're supposed to beat them if they have a full hand of cards? That's scary. Probably don't play Rip. I hope they don't. But though that kind of tension, like Rip is such a strong card that you might want to play it anyway. I have not seen the list that sideboards into Rhinos. One land hand, not too interested in this one. Opponent is keeping 7 cards. That's terrifying. Now they're pausing on upkeep here. They have to win 2 games of Magic in under 15 minutes with a slow control deck. It's not often I get to play the clock in Modern. Oh man, immediately Chalice. Yeah, pretty good hand. Oh, did they keep this hand entirely on the basis of Chalice? Okay, they were just teasing. They had the land. Now, we do have several cards to get out from under this chalice. But if opponent plays like ultra slow like this, they're a pretty big risk of losing the match to time. Not the worst. I'd be willing to exile a Shardless Agent to counter a Teferi here. Oh, they won't even make me. Lands for days, chat. Lands for days. Well, nothing really to do here but pass back. While they got that Chalice on board, I'm not too interested in playing a Cascading creature. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see if they go for Cryptic here. Archmage Charm. Either way, I'm set to counter. Mana Tithe! Cool. Alright, we're going to pass the turn here. We'll Violent Outburst during their turn, and then Shardless on my turn. Unless they just go ahead and tap down, and maybe then I'll just Outburst right now. Oh, do I have to destroy my own creature here? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess that's the downside of the Ingot Chewer over the Foundation Breaker. You may destroy with Foundation Breaker. Yeah, that's true too. With Foundation Breaker, I would not have been able to force. At least we got the Living End to resolve. Delver of Grixis, thanks for the follow, friend. Oh, Mystical Dispute, is that a good one? I think we just killed the Teferi here. That thing has got to go. Huh. Yup. That gets through Mystical Dispute. Sure does. With their 3 mana untapped. As they evoke their creature. Put it in the graveyard for use later. What a hassle. Sanctifier on Vec. Oh, that gets the Architects of Will out of there. And blocks the Ingot Chewer for days. It's all falling apart. I thought we had a chance. Everything started falling apart when the Ingot Chewer chewed on the Architects of Will. Now they're going to counter that. Mystical Dispute. Not too good when they have 3 lands open like that. Well, I wonder how much time we can take off the old chess clock there. We'll probably knock a few minutes off. Especially if they don't attack. If they do attack, we get to attack, so... Got ourselves a standoff. Ooh, they're pausing long and hard on this attack. Playing around this Mystical Dispute so hard. Oh, hey there. This is your current choice. Well, we've been having a rough time of it with Living End. But, yeah. This is a really, really cool list, and I like what Blue has done for it, giving it access to, like, counter magic and stuff. Well, Mystical Dispute is just never going to be good again. So let's tax them at least. Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm really hoping that Living End does better for you than it has been doing for me. Look at this. Sanctifier, 3 Fairy, and Chalice on 0. Oh, you were playing the old version. Yeah, that one was fun with the what was that? The red card that required a creature on the board? Like target creature can't block or something? Oh yeah, Dredge is actually really, really good. That new spell they got a little while ago, the flashback spell that lets them put basically 6 cards from the top of their deck into their graveyard. That was a really big get for Dredge. I guess we could just slam these Shardless Agents, just, like, get a creature on the board. They're not doing too much good in our hand, that's for sure. Oh, Verdict, just kill their Sanctifier. Yeah, at least get a 2/2 is what I mean. Gray Ogre, as it were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so they can easily make that into a creature, block one of the agents. We can hit this to fairy. Doesn't really seem good. I think we're just like buying time here. I'm actually fine with not attacking. Oh, they just have another verdict ready to go? Brutal. I was like going to say, I don't even need to attack. I'm just trying to take time off the clock, but now they're able to start attacking with Hall of the Storm Giants. So they're going to kill us in like 3 turns. Yeah, just F6 from now on. Je Pierre 2008, thank you for the follow, friend. Game 3 is going to have to be pretty quick, but they have enough time to be able to finish it if they put something aggressive together. They can just like ultimate to fairy, bounce. Oh, wow. Yep. There's Jace. Oh, that's a lot of triggers, which is more time off your clock, opponent. And if you aren't attacking me with Hollow the Storm Giants this turn, that's a win for me as well. It means you have to go through another full turn cycle before you can kill me. Also, I think this would be a good target, but I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter. Oh, they're gonna tap my 1 green source. You got it. Yep. Alright, they got less than 6 minutes left. Decided they want to attack this turn. It is recommended. I wonder, yep, they are going to Jace and Teferi, which is more time. Hey, maybe we can end this game with no cards on the battlefield. If we draw a land here, we can maybe have no cards on the battlefield, no cards in hand. Oh, they're just going straight for the attack. Come on, I've got 2 lands here. Exile them. Ah. All right. You've been trying one Den of the Bugbear. It's 50-50, so much creature removal. There's a ton of creature removal, but Den of the Bugbear is one hell of a magic card. Ghost Cloud, thanks for the follow, friend. Single land hand, not too interested in it. Another single land hand. Oh, this one's not very good either. At least we have Force of Negation for a Chalice. Oh, now they play Chalice with Counterspell up? No? Okay. Why? Sure. Too bad our only blue card there was the Cascade card we needed this turn. Huh. Gets rid of just about everything, doesn't it? I mean, Violent Outburst does get Curator of Mysteries. Looks like they have Counterspell up right now, though. We can almost cast our Ingot Chewer. 5 mana for a 3/3. They're just going to kill us with a Sanctifier. That's embarrassing. Well, that's 2 of our living ends countered. We're going to be hard casting Ingot Chewer here. Now they're putting down a Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, they're gonna kill us with a Sanctifier in a couple of turns. Oh wow, here's another Chalice. And a Jace. Oh my god. Well, we gave it our best. Almost managed to time the opponent out, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to get there. This is the way of Magic sometimes, my friends. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. Black Star, thanks for the follow, friend. I love this no attacks business. Yeah, we should still have a Brazen Borrower in the deck. You can't block them both. Jace has to get all the way up to 12. Come on, don't do this to me. You're giving me hope. Just end it. Smash for 4. With less than 2 minutes left on their clock, too. What a wild game. Oh, there's the Celestial Colonnade. That'll finish things off in the air right quick. So yeah, they just attack with Sanctifier here. Put me down to 3. I can't block with Ingot Chewer. This is protection from red. And then Celestial Colonnade will finish me off in the air next turn. Jace has not been setting up the opponent's hand with brainstorms. They already had the perfect cards already. They didn't need the Jace. Jace has actually been fate sealing me. Alright. This hand isn't great. We got 4 lands, only 2 cyclers. We don't have a Cascader. But we're playing against a Lurrus deck. I don't really like mulliganing against Lurrus decks. Alright, this is a hammer time, not... ooh, that's terrible. Do we just Force of Negation this? Like, this is a really good card from Hammer Time. Makes further hammers absolutely terrifying. Any ideas on taking care of Sanctifier on Vec for Living End? I mean, we got a couple of options. One, like, we're playing a lot of blue cards that aren't going to be got by what they're doing. And then also, we can, like, Petty Theft, return it to their hand. But it's definitely a problem. Blackstar would have used Force there as well. Alright, thanks. I think I want to play a fetch land here. Thin the deck a little bit. If we're really lucky, we'll draw Living End off the top, so we can cast Grief into Shardless. I'm also really hoping that they're just going to, like, flood the board here. They're playing the Mem Knight, was pretty good for us. They're just throwing down with a hammer. They must have a Paladin in hand. Wow, that's interesting. Well, we wipe the board, we put some creatures down. Violent Outburst is super key, you're right. Oh wow, another Colossus Hammer just being thrown onto the battlefield. This is terrifying. They're going to be able to put those things onto the Paladin, no problem. We really need to get a black card here in order to use the Grief. That's super important. Alright, any black card off the top, so I can use my Grief and take away their Paladin. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I almost made a huge mistake. Grief doesn't exile. Oh, just grief your creature and then... Oh, where... What? You got your creature back? Oh, man. See, that's the real reasons I got all those losses today. And there's Pure Steel. And they can make it a 22-22. Seems magic. Sure you don't have any swamps over there? No swamps, huh? Puts Lurrus to hand because, like, whatever. I've already got this perfect creature here ready to kick butt. They don't even bother attacking. So they can play Lurrus, and then play Stoneforge Mystic, go get the Spear, play Spear, and I Force of Negation the Spear. Yeah, so 3 mana, gets them Lurrus. Tap the Lurrus, plus with that last mana, gets them Stoneforge, go get Spear, tap the... Oh, wow, okay, they're not doing that. Move the other one over too. No. Okay, they're not that stupid. Good draws today. Excellent draws. Who could be anything but totally satisfied? If I want to play this Force of Negation, they're going to guarantee get a card draw because I can't pay 11. Yeah, that seems like a good one. Oh shit, I was supposed to attack. That was important. Damn it. Should be at 12 here. That's like a world of difference. Tilted sideways. Alright, so they got the Luris. Now they can just play the Pure Steel Paladin again. And we're going to need another Cascade into Living End. Oh, that's interesting. Fairy Macabre. Classic. Haven't seen those in a while. I mean, you see them occasionally in Pauper. Violent Outburst off the top. Shardless. I mean, it does clear the board again. I don't get too much out of it. I guess I can attack first and then play Shardless. Imagine if they were already down 5 life here. How much better that would be. Yes, kill my creatures. This is a frustration attack. They would be at 3 right now if we had done that attack properly before. Oh, there's the spear. No black mana, but we can grief, get that card out of their hand at least. I don't know, might just be better to cycle this, try and find something else. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we can just play this? Now remember, they should be at 2 life right now. So that should have been a game-winning attack, but it wasn't. Still, we fought pretty hard, and in order to punish our missed attack, they're going to have to get something pretty good together here. Have you never hard cast Waker of Waves? Me neither! This is a first time on stream, first time for me in general. Never hard cast a Waker of Waves before. I'll just slam down this 7/7 that shrinks your creatures, why not? Also means that Esper Sentinel now has this amazing ability where I have to pay 0 mana when I cast a spell or they'll draw a card. Oh, they're cracking another Silent Clearing. That can only be good for us. Wow. Okay, we did not deserve that game, but we got it anyway. Let's just bring in a whole bunch of artifact hate, huh? I guess Brazen Borrower can be pretty useful. Hey there, John. Yeah, we managed to win a game, despite my best efforts. How you been, buddy? Oh, actually, I hard cast a Waker of Waves just a minute ago. That was pretty cool. About the same. Oh, that's the stream delay right there. Something something. Great minds think alike, though. I like the Force of Negation. Not a huge fan of Living End in hand. We already took the Griefs out, so like this is basically a dead card. So is this better than a random 6? I don't know. Like, it's pretty good. We have the Force of Negation. We have the Petty Theft. I would have loved to have kept the Brazen Borrower, but like we have a plan here. We want to cycle cards and then cascade into Living End. If we have no cyclers, we can't really do that. So I'm hoping that that counter spell will buy us enough time that we're able to cascade and win the game. Oh, that's a really good one. Urza's Saga, that's a bit of a pain. Ooh, Volakut Awakening, that's a cool one. There's another Sigarda's Aid. If they have two hammers, we're just dead. Alright, fingers crossed they only have one hammer. Okay, they got that one. Not quite as drawn out and grindy that time. Alright, let's try again. I've done that before. Play Ornithopter turn 1 with Sigarda's Aid, and then turn 2 Hammer Hammer, attack for 20. Yeah, I've definitely won games doing that. This one is so close. Like, we have everything we need except for lands. If this was a land, I would snap keep this. Yeah, we're keeping it. Let's go get Breeding Pool. Yeah, I'll pay the life. Land, oh yeah. Let's break that Esper Sentinel, maybe? I guess if we break the Esper Sentinel, it comes back, but then we just get to break it again, right? Ginger Brute. I've been seeing this card lately. People playing Ginger Brute. That's cool. You can sacrifice it for food. I mean, you can, like, sacrifice it as if it were food. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Not letting that happen. Need to find another land here to get this outburst to go. Show off with your 3 lands. All right. Kind of want to cycle this to find land, but then I don't have a card for Force of Negation. Yeah, we're going to cycle end of turn. That way, like, if something happens and we need to Force of Negation, we have it. Yes. Okay, they put Luris to hand here. Another Violent Outburst. How about a land, huh? Oh, come on. Why? No, no. Not like this. Yeah, I think Foundation's our only play here. It's literally the only thing we can do. Oh, the last god. Lands are for compressed file management programs, aka WinRARs. So you're saying if we were a WinRAR, we'd be drawing lands. No, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. At least 40% of modern is luck. There is a fairly high luck stat to be involved in this game. That is true. Although we're in this situation because we kept a one lander. Come on. This is probably the last turn they do this, now that I have 3 mana. But I'm still going to hold until their turn, Violent Outburst, see if they do anything funky in combat. Like, I'm pretty sure we hold up Violent Outburst here. Oh no, opponent, I have nothing. Oh, I'm so weak. There's no way they activate the Yawgmoth Nexus this turn, right? I thought not. Too obvious. Is it Nexuses or Nexi? Question for the ages. Okay, let's keep the Sanctifier as far away from us as possible. Pretty good spread of creatures here. Should be a one-shot. We get the Violent Outburst to do a little bit more damage. Well, we can cast Violent and then not cast the Living End, right? So we just get the extra damage? We'll do a little bit of counting once blocks have happened. Okay, so 5, 8, 10, 12. So yeah, this is Violent Outburst is lethal. And yeah, we do not cast the Living End, that's all. No. GG! This thing has everything except for Cascaders. Like, we kind of need Cascaders, right? Or sorry, not Cascaders, Cyclers. We have the Cascaders. What we're missing is Cyclers, and we need Cyclers. At least we got a Cycler this time. We still have a Cascader. We're going to keep this, get rid of a land. Super Cooper. Oh, that's right. Sly Cooper. Classic. Ooh. Hold on a second, chat. Blooming Marsh into Ignoble Hierarch? You know what this means? We're playing against the Yawgmoth, friends. We could Brazen Borrower the Ignoble. I think we just like Waker of Waves into Shardless. Seems like a great 1, 2, 3. Cycle once, Waker of Waves, put another 2 creatures in the graveyard, then Shardless. Generally, and this is a generalization, but usually Yawgmoth players don't have Thoughtseize in the main. Alright, they're going for Grolf's Messenger. Yes, I will be playing Pauper tomorrow. Don't know which deck I will be playing, but there will be Pauper. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess we just take the Outburst. I wanted to hit a creature. Well, what is it? I think we saw Saden Raken playing a Twiddle deck, right? It was like a build your own Lotus Field deck. Market Festival. You went third on Challenge some weeks ago with Bogles? Congratulations. Bogles is a really interesting deck. Like, sometimes you'll just get, you know, like, the perfect set, the perfect curve. And other times, you just don't really do too much of anything. And once again, they're just set up to put down a Yawgmoth next turn. Ooh, the Grief. And we have the mana, so we can take the Yawgmoth out of their hand. Not bad. Oh, you got to Deflecting Palm Boggles for 13 points? So yeah, Deflecting Palm is pretty good against Boggles. Yeah, you can, Stream Team. Alright, let's hope they only have one Yawgmoth and not two. Oh, I see. They do have two Yawgmoths. So I guess we're... No, we're not quite dead because we have more life than them. Who do you think is going to win the trophy race? Oh, it's pretty interesting. I think that, what's their name? Misplaced Ginger has just been killing it lately. And they absolutely have the potential to be able to take the whole thing. If I were a betting man, I would put my money on Ginger. Like the way that they climbed the trophy count once they said like, "Hey, I'm interested in being a part of this," has been really impressive. Okay, yep, pretty classic Bogles list here. I've definitely played something very similar to this one. All right, so if we take this, we go to 11. Still not dead. But it's a pretty easy block here with Shardless Agent. And then we can, like, maybe put this back in their hand. I don't know. What's going on here? I'm just really kind of... Okay. No, I'm just looking at, like, the creature's power and toughness, and like, something's a little bit weird going on there. It's just because of the way that the power and toughness is colored because of Waker of Waves. Like they're switching sides on which one is blue depending on if they have a +1/+1 counter or not. It's just really like visually confusing to me. Oh, they found the land. This one's going to be a hard one. We don't have a lot in the sideboard for this matchup. Probably bring in Subtlety. Yeah, you got it. There's a flyer. We can Brazen Borrower Petty Theft the flyer, and that should kill him. We can bring in Endurance for their Undying creatures. It does stop the combo. Okay. Managed to win game 1 versus Yawgmoth combo. Alright, let me take a look at what I usually play, which isn't exactly what other people play, but it's kind of close. So they're going to want to bring in Endurance, Scavenging Ooze, Necromantia. Oh, wow, they have such a good sideboard versus us. Got a Yawgmoth emote, but that one is actually for bits. If you're interested in seeing me play some Yawgmoth, actually there was a video that dropped recently today on YouTube, and I also play the deck every second Friday. So I'll be playing Yawgmoth again, not this Friday, but the Friday coming up afterwards. And I have so many YouTube videos on Yawgmoth. Pretty sure I've got like 20 or more. Yoggers, poggers. Nice. I did see quite a bit of Bogles on the weekend. 0 lands, looks like an easy mulligan. Did I not click it there? We can get rid of the living end here. Opponent's mulliganing. Not a great hand, but a keepable hand. Let's go, Street Wraith. Let's go. Yeah, Living End is basically impossible to suspend. And I say basically impossible, it is doable. Oh, that's a problem. I should have cycled Street Wraith before I decided if I wanted this land untapped. Damn it. We just paid too late for nothing. Too bad I don't have a card for Grief right now. Take that Scavenging Ooze out of their hand. That is a good point. We might be able to surprise the Scavenging Ooze next turn, if they try to attack with it. And we also just have like Brazen Borrower over here, so it's not too suspicious if we play Breeding Pool untapped pass. Come at me! I am here! Kill me! That's a card. Thoughtseize comes in. Post board. Yeah, that's true. Got a bunch of stuff to still do. So we can attack with Endurance, play Curator as a blocker, then play Brazen Borrower on another turn. We have Grief we can play as well. But I'm not too sure. Like, casting Grief when they basically have no mana, I don't really want to be putting more of their creatures into the yard. Like, I wouldn't mind taking a Thoughtseize or something. Okay, so they take the Grief with the Thoughtseize. This thing's going to be able to get up to a 4. Fortunately, we have this to block it. Well, our life total is low, so we do have to be careful. But yeah, if they continue to get stuck on lands here, and we just get to attack, like, continue to play to the board, I think we can race. But, like, if they do attack, do we take that trade? It's pretty attractive. Getting a Scavenging Ooze off the board, it's a tough choice, is what I'm saying. Looks like they might have something better to do. Green-black, what is that? Hapatra? Blood Artist. Oh, that's a pretty good one, actually. So you don't think we just attack with the Endurance here for the extra 3 damage? Because then the Brazen Borrower plus, like, we're almost at lethal here. They can gain 1 life with the Skoos, which does put them slightly out of reach. Yeah, there's still some work to do. I intend on blocking with Endurance next turn, I think. Oh shit! 5! 5! I think I stopped it in time. Oh my god, that would have been so bad. Okay. Don't worry, friends. There's no problem here. Wow. How did you end up losing that game? Well, I hit 6, and then I lost. We might. We just might. Play the Steam Vents here tapped. Next turn we got the Forest, so we don't take any points to our lands. Nice blocker for the Skoos. Yeah, that's not going to work. If you're trying to float mana to eat the Bird of Paradise with a Scavenging Ooze, it doesn't work like that. No, we're just going to cast the Waker. I don't want to put more cards into the graveyard. Blood Artist definitely doing a lot of work here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like lethal. Oh, yeah, they do have the 1 mana up. Yeah, you're right. They are not tapped out yet. They have 8 life, so they go to 1. What a cool game of Magic, huh? Still playing. Why do you think the 4-drop is better? Oh, to set their top cards. Okay, that's a fair point. I mean, they haven't drawn land for 8 turns. They're not going to draw it now. I was just thinking, like, we get this giant thing which stops the Skoos. Like, we actually have a good block here. They're not going to have too much to do at two lands. Like, they don't play Assassin's Trophy, so... Alright, so this is not looking too good to me. I'm not very interested in keeping this. Let's mull it. I'm not interested in keeping this one either. Like the last hand, if we had had any other land rather than the filter land, I might have been interested. Maple syrup money, you got it. Alright, we can keep this one at least. We'll get rid of Living End, and then I think probably the Force of Negation. We'll just go, like, for the plan. With us mulliganing so hard, I don't think we can, like, afford to lose cards to Force. The hundreds do smell like maple syrup. Well, yeah, there's scratch and sniff bills. Spends loons, yep. Although I am kind of disappointed by the $2 coin being called the Toonie. So lazy. The Loony made sense because, you know, it has a loon on it. Why not instead call the $2 coin a doubloon? Right? Is that cool or what? No, we'll call it a Toonie. Lame. Use maple syrup for hair gel. Some expensive hair gel there. But we can only do that during the winter. Which, of course, is 11 months of the year. Exactly, the last god. Yeah, you understand what I'm putting down. We're going to let them Thoughtseize before I cycle, because I don't want to cycle into a Cascader and then let them Thoughtseize the Cascader. Just wait till Canada takes over the world. You'll all be sorry. Everyone will be sorry. Or at least that's what they'll say. Oops, sorry. Sorry! Just avoid Quebec. Well, especially now. Quebec got hit pretty bad by COVID recently. Also, there's the whole French thing. Si vous parlez pas français, les Québécois, not very nice. I guess some do understand, you know, like, not everybody's gonna speak French, but... Yeah. There's definitely, how would you call that? Like, people in Quebec can speak English, but they don't want to. And you come over here to our province, learn to speak the language, tabarnak. You mean we? We. Once again, I'm fetching too early. Oh, this is... I did this earlier, too. This is a mistake. I would like to be able to learn from my mistakes the first time, but apparently that's not a thing I do. Alright, let's draw a land off the top, please. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right, the last god. So we should have cycled before we fetched. That was... I don't know what I'm thinking. Actually, no, I do. I'm distracted and I'm not thinking. So that's what happened there. Pass back. At least we have Force of Negation up. And they probably have, what's name? Drown? Montreal, you got a bad Tim's Hortons experience because you asked for black coffee? Did they not like that? What's wrong with having your coffee black? No, here in Quebec, it's double pour tout le monde. We don't need lands. What are you talking about? Lands. And see, that's another thing too, right? Like, you're not being lazy. You know two languages. Be ready for dress down. Yeah, we got Force of Negation for that. Meanwhile, they're just holding up Drown in the Loch this whole time, so we need to find land now. We needed that land immediately. Alright, Waker of Waves lets me draw look at two cards. Oh, come on. What the hell? Counter this one, I dare ya. Oh, they're going for it. Nice. Oh, yeah, I like that. I mean, maybe we're gonna die because they kept a card on top. But, you know, we're still pretty close. Just gotta hit that land here. And Violent Outburst on their turn, holding up Force of Negation. Oh, maybe they just have double counterspell now? Kind of expecting we just die here. We go to 3, do they just have Lightning Bolt for us? They have Lightning Bolt, we're forced to force. Alright, no Lightning Bolt. Do we get a land? Man. Yeah, that makes sense, Alder Cubs. Different people will act differently. So you'll have some people, you know, that are kind of like stuck up and insist that you learn their language, and other people that are happy to converse with you in the language that you know. All right, unless we start picking up games here, we're going to have a pair of 2-3 leagues. Need to win 2 in a row here. Not a huge fan of this hand. We have like one Cycler, one Cascader, and a dead card. Also not a huge fan of mulliganing. That's a Ragavan. Oh, no way! Oh, that's cool. Running into someone, the attendant knew Portuguese? That's pretty cool. It's funny how we can find these connections with people like that sometimes. The Jade Court, thanks for the follow, friend. People are funny. Yes, they are. Oh, is this a Thoughtseize? You jerk. Can't counter this. We could Waker of Waves here, so then they don't get this one. Like, if they take Waker of Waves, that's pretty bad for us. They'll probably end up taking the Outburst, but, like... Oh my god. We get rid of another living end. There's only one living end left in the entire deck. Okay. Now, this is a problem that living end pilots have had to deal with ever since the conception of the deck. Sometimes you draw your living ends and it's not good. What was it? Way back when, wasn't there like even before the companions came out, wasn't there a like an 80 card living end deck with extra cascaders and 4 copies of living end? Ship yeah. Going on a 7-day cruise in the Western Caribbean in February. Wicked. Well, hopefully that all works out for you, friend. I know traveling this day and age can be pretty scary. Was that Living End or Hypergenesis and Extended? Not too familiar with Hypergenesis and Extended. I'm pretty sure it was Living End. If you remember who Travis Wu is, pretty sure it was one of his. Hey there, Chuck. Who remembers the old Living End with Kiki and Exarchs? What? That's different. No, I don't remember that at all. Hey, opponent pulls off a Shardless Agent. Do you think they're going to cast it? Pepperidge Farm, that's who. I remember. I'm really curious if they're going to throw this out. I think it's reasonable. Cascade into something good in their own deck. They've got a lot of decent hits. Yeah, they're going for it. Alright, let's see what they hit on their Cascade. Thoughtseize. Oof. I guess we could Mystic Dispute the Thoughtseize. Sitting here doing nothing. Just playing lands, getting hit by a monkey. Okay, so we are under a huge threat here. Like, this clock is going to leave us dead in a couple turns. Meanwhile, they got a ton of cards in hand and mana and resources in general. So we're in big trouble here. We need to find Outburst or whatever, Violent Outburst, so that we can cast that during their turn, get rid of their creatures, and hold up Force of Negation as backup. Kind of want to just Force of Negation this. This is a really good spell. Do you think they might ban the Monkey or Urza Saga? I'm thinking less and less. I'm thinking that's less and less likely. Modern seems to have come to a point where we've accepted our new Simian Overlord. Bauble will probably be the one that goes, if anything. I don't know when the next bannings will be. It's just like it doesn't come up at any kind of like regular time anymore. They just do it whenever they feel like they need to. There's a Shardless Agent. Of course, at this point they have the counterspell ready for us, but what else are we gonna do? Drawing that Mystical Dispute, so sweet. Just like the perfect draw there. They could still have another Drown in the Loch, and we're still dead, but like that was just the best that we could possibly get. Looks like they do have another Drown in the Loch. Is what it is. Oh well, we at least have a blocker for Ragavan, although I'm sure they'll have a removal spell for Shardless Agent. They need to unbound Jit. Damage on the stack isn't there anymore, and that's what made Jit very powerful. Jit is an incredibly strong magic card. You give Hammer Time Jit, like, that is terrifying. I don't expect them to ever bring that card back into Modern, if it was ever even legal from the first place. And here's Spellbomb to end the struggle here. We fought hard, but opponent is got our number. Not having that blue card to force this is really the final nail in the coffin. Alright, GG's. Well, we got a pair of 2/3s. Not the best results that I've ever had. Not the best results I've ever had with this deck, even, but it is what it is. We ran into some bad luck and definitely made quite a few play errors, which is going to lead to losses. But hopefully you'll learn something, maybe had a little bit of fun along the way. So this is the deck that we were playing today. I was inspired to play it, of course, by these beautiful Shardless Agents. Very nice magic card there. And unfortunately, really didn't go our way today, and, you know, that's something that's going to happen in Magic. You're going to get unlucky, and in my case, make mistakes. And then also, you know, like, our opponents were really on it. They had, you know, good sideboard cards, or, you know, in the case of that one control player with the Chalice of the Void in the main, you know, like just main board hate. And that is something that you're going to have to deal with as a graveyard deck. You're going to have people very prepared for what you're doing. So they're going to have Endurance, they're going to have Soul Guide Lantern, so on. Yeah, so every once in a while you're going to have a bad day, and as a Magic player, that's something that can be particularly difficult because we have a lot of choices along the way, and, you know, it's very easy to, you know, try and look back and decide, you know, oh, if I had made a different decision at one of these points, you know, could I have done better? Well, yeah, sure, maybe not. You know, sometimes, you know, that one play doesn't matter. Like when I missed the attack for 5 damage against Hammer Time, still managed to get the W on that one. But, you know, like, we don't just be thinking about the decisions that we're making in-game, we're also thinking about the decisions we made before the game. And we have all those things to overthink about, you know, like, what deck did I choose to play? What sideboard cards did I put into it? Which basic lands am I running? There's so many things that we can turn to and look at and be like, try and point the finger, like, that's the reason. And, you know, like, it's not necessarily fact. Like, there's this one quote, I think that it was a Star Trek quote, but it goes something like, you can do everything right and still lose. So that's one of the difficulties that we have to accept as Magic players, is that sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what deck you're playing. It doesn't matter what cards you draw. Sometimes you're going to lose. And that can be hard, but, you know, personally, I love this game anyway, so win or lose, I'm just really happy to be playing. And thanks a lot for sticking around, everybody.